What's happening, folks? Welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. It is time for the starting 11 prediction for tomorrow's game against Hearts. This is a late one, and I missed the starting 11 prediction for both Leverkusen and Aberdeen. I've got so much going on just now. Personally, I'm moving house this week. I'm far too busy. I'm also loaded with a cold, so this one is late, but I'm battling through it to bring it to you. That's a big game for us tomorrow. A good one at the weekend for us. We had to work for it against Aberdeen, but I thought we were comfortably the better team over the 90 minutes and we deserved the victory in the end. We know that Hearts will make it difficult for us. We had that defeat against them at Tynecastle in the first game of the season where we were totally unorganised, totally not ready. And if you look at the team, I think the team that will start this game tomorrow, it'll be totally different for the starting 11 for that game at Tynecastle. So many players have left since then, so many new players have come in as well. But as I say, you'd expect a difficult game against Hearts. Having said that, they do come into this game in a wee bit in different form. They've had 2 defeats, a draw and 2 victories for their last 5 matches. They are sitting third though, just behind us. We did beat them in the cup at Celtic Park a couple of months ago as well. So, as I say, you expect a difficult game whenever you play Hearts, and they've been generally consistent against the rest of the league so far this season. But I think this is probably their worst patch of form so far this season. Before I get to the team, I have to tell you about a new partnership we've got going with Football Prizes. They are giving away a signed and framed Henrik Larsson jersey. How it works is there's 99 prize tickets. You can buy a ticket. $4.95 I think is the cost of the tickets, but if you use the code CelticFansTV10 you get 10% off the cost of each raffle ticket. The prize draw will be made on Monday the 6th of December at 8:30. You can watch it online and you can be in with a chance of winning that great prize. I think we would all like a signed and framed Henrik Larsson jersey. It's even that brilliant 1997-98 Umbro top, so it doesn't really get much better than that. I'll put the link in the description below, so get involved, use the code, and good luck in the raffle as well. So in terms of the team for tomorrow, it'll be Joe Hart in goals. Absolutely no changes I expect there. I think Ralston will continue at right back. Interesting that someone asked Ange in the press conference for this match about Juranovic, and I think Juranovic made a comment in his own press conference that he sees his long-term future at right back, and he says, I'm just glad he sees a long-term future at Celtic, but I'm sure he'll leave me to pick the team, so I don't expect any change there. That's something we talked about in the post-match pint. It would be beneficial for us to get Juranovic at right back on his natural side, but I think Ralston, that's his place for now, definitely. Carter Vickers at centre half. I think it will be alongside Stephen Welsh, even though Starfelt I think is available for this game. He's fit again, but I just think after a hamstring injury he maybe won't be thrown back in, considering how many games we've got coming up as well. That might be the same as we go up the pitch when we talk about the players that are coming back for injury, but I think it will just be Carter Vickers and Welsh tomorrow. Left back, it will be Juranovic, as I've just mentioned. I don't think there's going to be any immediate changes in those full-back positions. In midfield, we've seen James McCarthy start at the weekend, and I thought, maybe in hindsight, looking back at the game, I was too harsh afterwards in terms of his performance. I think he does slow us down a wee bit. He's maybe just not up to speed yet because he hasn't played a lot of football at all. He did play the Slideville pass for a baddest chance that led to McGregor's winning goal. But if Beaton is back available, and I don't think Beaton's injury was serious at all, I think he will come back in and play in that deep position. Now, I know Tom Rogic is back, but I don't think, again, after having been out for 3 or 4 weeks with a hamstring injury, that he's going to be thrust back into the starting 11 in a game like this. I think the manager will want to take it easy with him, again, thinking about the big games we've got coming up and the volume of games that we've got coming up this month. So that'll be McGregor in midfield alongside David Turnbull. I do expect to see Rogic at some point in the game. But, I mean, tell me what you think in the comments. Do you think that midfield three will look different? I would like to see Rogic come back and start, but I just don't think he'll be ready for that after being out with an injury like a hamstring injury. On the right-hand side, I think we all want to see James Forrest return, and I think we will see him return to the starting 11. You see a real difference when he's come on and replaced Abada in recent weeks. You think about St Johnstone at Hampden, even the game the weekend against Aberdeen, but also that Leverkusen game where it was the reverse and Forest started and Abada came onto the game. There was a real drop on the right hand side. I think James Forrest is really, really important for us. I know the manager and the whole club are trying to be careful with him because he's been injured a lot in the last 18 months. But I think this is the ideal game for him to start. It's a big game. It's a must-win game for us at home against a tough opponent. So I think we've got to play our strongest team. And James Forrest on the right-hand side is a key part of Celtic's strongest team. On the left-hand side, Felipe Jota getting man of the match every single week. Everybody I talk to after the games, they say that Jota was man of the match, and you can't disagree with him. He's so vital. He's the heart of the team creatively right now. There's maybe a bit of an over-reliance on him in recent weeks because he's been so good, and you dread to think what it would look like without him and Kyogo in the team, because they bring us so much and they fit the system that we're playing so well. But he'll start on the left-hand side, and I expect another top performance from him. Leading the line, obviously Kyogo Furuhashi, who I just talked about in terms of his importance, the same as Jota. Little in the way of chances for him in the game on Sunday, but as we discussed in the post-match pint, the intensity that he plays with is remarkable. I don't think I've ever seen, or I can't remember, if I rack my brains, I can't remember a Celtic player who gives so much every single game. His work rate is absolutely relentless, and I'd expect more of the same, and hopefully he can get on the score sheet. He did get a goal the last time we played Hearts in the League Cup at Celtic Park, so if he can get back on the score sheet tomorrow, I'm sure that'll do him. The world of good. Sorry, because you see when he goes off at the weekend and he hasn't scored, you can tell he's gutted. His body language is always fantastic when he's on the pitch, but when he comes off and he hasn't scored, he missed that chance late on just before he came off when Joe Lewis made that save with his foot, and you could see he was gutted. So it would do his confidence the world of good to get back on the score sheet tomorrow, and hopefully he can play a key part and a big win for us. So there you go. That's the team I think the manager will go with for tomorrow. Like this video, comment with your own thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you tomorrow after the game for all of the full-time reaction from Celtic Park. Cheers.